Hi guys, this is williamarchilaofficial here. Welcome back again. So today I'm going to compare 6 different synthetic reeds from 3 different manufacturers from around the world. 2 of them are Légère, that comes from Canada, and 2 of them are Vandoren, comes from France, and 2 of them are G reeds, that comes from Argentina. Let's find out. Before we go into start, I just want to say thank you for the 230 people who are subscribed to my YouTube channel. And it means a lot of world to me, and I really appreciate it for you all. If you guys are still new, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the notifications to see new videos that are still coming up. So let's get back to the video. So what is the main difference between cane reeds and synthetic reeds? That's a great question. So the cane reeds are just made out of a natural organic cane, while the synthetic reeds were made on composite material. Just because the synthetic reeds are completely different, synthetic reeds are playable just like a cane reed does. You know the differences between these two is because of the consistency, durability, sound quality, and the extended period of time. I'll tell you a story for about why I did play synthetic reeds. So I did play the synthetic reeds as well. I really like both of them. So I started, when I played synthetic reeds, it started back in the middle school. I played like a Légère signature 2.5 at the Samash music shop, and I was really to enjoy the synthetic reeds for that time. But in the store nearby my house, it does not have any. So I decided to go to Atlanta music shop to get it on the Légère reeds. So it was a sound playable, and it works as well. So, and I played it on the alto, and I demonstrate to one of my friends, my former friends, like something like that. So, and to show you what the reed is, it's still consistent. It's like, so it looks like a plastic. Yeah, unfortunately, it's still broken that time. And back in high school, I started play a Légère again, and then back in a sophomore, I started to play a Légère signature straight number 3 on the baritone, and I just really love how consistent my baritone saxophone sound does with my Légère reeds. And I just really love it until the senior high school. And back a freshman in college, I'm on it in the marching band. I play a Légère signature 3.25 reeds, and I really enjoyed to play with that. So my story was finished. So let's continue. Well, unfortunately for me, I bought the reeds from like 2 years ago, back in 2024, to demonstrate on YouTube, but it's actually kind of late for that time. And also, I just opened a bottle of a Légère American cut reeds because I cheated. I just really want to play them, but it was completely fine for that. So I will show you the demonstration just for you guys. So no problem at all. Before I was gonna demonstrate it, so here are some 3 tunes that we're gonna play for you guys. So the first selection I was gonna play is one of the great bossa nova songs called Chega de Saudade, which means normal blues in Brazilian. It's created by Antonio Carlos. The next selection that we're gonna play is Yardbird by Charlie Parker. And the last one, I was gonna play the arpeggios 3 octaves to hear what the altismo sound like. So let's talk about prices. So the one synthetic reed that will cost like $35 to $40, and then the box of 10 cane reeds that will cost like the same price as in the one synthetic reed does. So for the total, for the times 10, that would cost like $350 to $400 per 10 synthetic reeds. That was more than the average of a $350 watch. Yeah, I understand that. But first, I was going to play with this cane reed, which is a Vandoren Java Green Box, straight number 3. I'm looking for, and what I love with this reader is it has a great protection, it has a great response to give it a beautiful natural sound on my instrument. So let's move on to the synthetic reeds. So the first selection that we're gonna play is one of the most popular synthetic reeds in the world, called the Légère reeds. So I'm gonna play the American cut first, so you can see with that, when I open the box, you can see that the plastic case and see what it looks like. It looks like a great plastic reed, but it is actually, it will sound like cane, probably. So let's see how they sound. So for the conclusion, you can hear how the resistance of my saxophone will still sound like. So you see that happens, there's more response and the more protection. So for me, it's still kind of a little bit buzzy, but it actually works with that. So if you are a jazz player, or you're gonna play the gigs or the jams, whatever, this type of the synthetic reeds from Légère is where you're looking for. And this is just like a 2.5 American cut, but you can see that how kind of a little bit flexibility into that, and I know how the reeds still work with that, and it doesn't get too soft, neither too hard at all. It has a great tone qualities. Even though it's just a little bit buzzy, but it actually is a great reed. It's not perfect, but it is the best reed I ever played. So let's move on to one of the most popular synthetic reed from Légère, which is a Légère signature cut. So I actually played the signatures for my baritone back in high school. Now I really want to remember for back in the day, for that time, and it happens in that time. But there it is. So you can see what this signature looks like. That's right there. Let's see what the signature sound like. As you can hear with this signature reed, you can see how the resistance those reed what it sound like. So it's kind of a more resistance, and it has a good response. It has a good protection with that, just like an American cut does. But for me, it's not buzzy anymore. It's just like it sounds still like a cane reed does. So I feel like it almost like it sounded like it myself, but I remember that when I was in high school, and I really love to enjoy that with the signature reeds, and there's nothing go wrong with the signature. It's just like the same strength, just like an American cut does. So the main difference between these two is because American cut, it doesn't sound brighter, and this signature, it sounds like a less brighter. Just really love it with this balanced tone with this signature reed, and it has a great protection. It has good response. I say it again. So it's just right, not too hard, not too soft at all. So let's move up to the next synthetic reed. So let's get started for the VK7 jazz reed. So you can see that how the synthetic reeds are completely different. So the Vandoren VK7 for France, it's just like it looks like on the 15 and 30. So I've been using this like in the strength 15 and 30. So the most people think is that it's one of the most hardest strings in this reed in the world. It's completely not true. It's because 15 is just like closer to 2.5, and 30, which is like it is strength number 3, which as I've been used to. So let's see how this sounds with this two strengths, with this VK7 Jazz synthetic reed by Vandoren. So, but first I will gonna play a strength 15, which is like a 2.5 VK7 Jazz by Vandoren. You can see right there, it's just quite a little bit different. It's quite different, just like a Légère does. I'll show you. Okay, let's see how this sounds. Now let's move on to string 30, which is a string number 3, VK7 Jazz, and let's see how this sounds like. Now for the conclusion of these two of the Vandoren VK7 Jazz synthetic reed, this is what it sounds like. So I just really love when this sound is still how the resistance there are and how more response, it has more protection, and see the what I'm looking for. So the strength 15s, also known as like a 2.5 when it comes to recharge. So this one is, I really like it because this one is, it gives us to edge, it gives us a more focused sounds, and it gives it a great balanced tone to that. And I just really love it to enjoy it with this VK7 strength 15s, also known as 2.5, and it's still not buzzy, and it sounds pretty cool. And while the string 30 on the other hand, it sounds a bit fine, because so that you can hear it's kind of sound a little bit different, because this one is like, it sounds like a little bit dark and a bit smoky sound that comes with that. It has a more protection for that. It has a little bit of response that comes with that. So if you're looking for the Paul Desmond sound, if you want to play the darker sound that comes with that, and I highly recommend it to give it a strength 30 or strength 35 to give it a try if they'll have a chance for that. So this one is, I really like it, but I just really love the dark sound of this reed, like string 30. So overall, it was pretty fantastic, and I just highly recommend it with that. So if you're looking for playing synthetic reed for the very first time, I highly recommend to give it this Vandoren VK7 Jazz synthetic reed a try. So you can see that a Vandoren VK7 Jazz synthetic reed, it looks different than a Légère reed does. It's like similar to that, even though it is still based on an appearance. These two reeds are just contains high quality, and I really love how this sound is still looking for that. I really love the natural sound of these two. Last but not least, I'm gonna play a G reed, just comes from Argentina. I'm gonna use the model one, which is a brighter one. So let's see what it sounds like. I'm gonna barely use 2.5 and 3. You can see right there. Now, let's see how it sounds. And now for the strain number 3. So for my conclusion of these two of the G reeds, synthetic reeds, for what I hear about the synthetic reeds, it's still kind of okay. So when I played it with that, it's just still kind of a C, and I hear how kind of a little bit bright it does. It's just like almost like too bright for me, and has a little bit more response and the more potential that comes with that. You can hear how resistance of the G reeds of what I hear that. So I'm using model 1, which is the brightest one in the G reeds company lines, and then this one is, it still sounds okay. So if I'm on it in the pop git, studio jazz, or maybe any kind of public performance or whatever, so this G reeds that's what I'm gonna hear like. And this one is, I'm very impressed with these reeds. So overall, I'm very impressed with the 6 reeds. So and I just really love the response, and I really love the protection of these synthetic reeds. So for me, like Vandoren VK7 strength 30, also known as size 3, is kind of a little bit dark and kind of a little bit stuffy or whatever. So I really love to enjoy to play it like the Paul Desmond sounds. The bright side of like G reeds and an American cut from Légère, you can hear how resistant they are. It's kind of a little bit buzzy and it sounds like almost like too bright, and it was still kind of a very okay. You can hear how resistant they are if I say it again. So yes, it was the greatest synthetic reeds I ever had. It's just all of the synthetic reeds when it comes to the videos. And one of my favorite ones is kind of an edge to edge of Légère signatures and Vandoren VK7 15s. I just really love to see how the edge and balance tones and what I hear for that, and I just really love to enjoy it with this reeds, what they hear like. So, and I just really love the protection and response that comes with that, and I really enjoyed it with this Légère and Vandoren and the G reeds to play on any kind of a gig. So we're gonna play with that. So as I experience this, overall it's great. For me, in my opinion, I believe that I really love to play it in any synthetic reeds like Légère and Vandoren, just to sound like myself, and almost to sound like myself, to give it a great natural sound. Yes, for me, I really love natural sound on my instrument. So that was a great experience. So that's all for today, guys, and thank you so much for watching. If you guys are still new, again, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the notifications. If you want to follow me on social media, please hit the link in the description below to follow. So I appreciate it for you guys, and I hope you see you in the next video, and I wish you take care and God bless you for you guys. Thank you. Peace out. Stay smooth.